your trip?
I don't miss Florida at all. I'm so glad to be home.
Really?
Dude, I was sleeping on an air mattress. Now I'm sleeping in my big ass bed and like sleeping next to my wife.
To
and,
be
like,
fair,
my dog.
Is it the air mattress that you gave me over for your wedding?
No. I went and bought this one out in Florida and regretted all $55 of it.
Why didn't you use the one for
Because
the wedding?
I flew out there. I'm not gonna take the fucking air mattress with me on the airplane.
I would have Jimmy rigged that shit. I mean, like,
Jimmy
motherfucker,
rigged
I'm
you-
gonna be comfortable.
I didn't want to fucking have to pay $35 for it. I already paid $60 for that one.
Roll
$35
the socks,
for it.
make that shit work. Because if you're gonna be
Roll the
sleeping
socks.
here, you might as well sleep comfortably. And they call us Floridians are retarded.
I've never heard anybody say that. I've always heard that Florida is a different breed.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm just glad to be home. My dog went crazy yesterday seeing me. It was great.
Well,
I
to
woke
be
up-
fair, if you're gone for a second, a dog would be all over you.
Yeah, well, I mean, dogs don't have that concept of time.
Yeah.
So, like, you're gone for 2 weeks. You're gone for, like, 30 years to them.
Cats are just miserable. See you next Tuesdays.
No, I had a couple of my cats. They were like, yo, dad's home.
I think cats. I don't mind pets in general, but cats can be more of a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, so I think the weirdest thing... So, like, I was in that house by myself for 2.5 weeks. So, like, there was very little human contact because I was always busy. No pet interaction, no animal interaction, and I think we take that for granted though. Once you're used to having pets, like I'm used to having cats, I'm used to having my dog. I didn't have any of that, so no human interaction, no animal interaction for like 2.5 weeks is pretty fucking lonely. That's enough to. I can see why people go insane for long periods of time. Like,
but on
if you're
the plus
stuck out
side, you don't
somewhere.
have to worry about dog shed cleaning up after dog shed and dog piss and shit.
Well,
For
my
about a
dog
good-
doesn't. My dog doesn't piss and shit in the house. So I mean, that's pretty good.
But they do shed.
Bailey does not.
But dogs do.
No, Bailey
general.
does not.
But okay, I'm not saying just your dog's shed. Your dog isn't just the only fucking dog in the world. God damn it!
No.
I'm
Listen,
saying dogs in general. They shed.
dogs do shed. Poodles do not have fur per se. It's like a hair more.
God, it's like Bailey, the fucking special dog that can fly, the fucking Superman, whatever the fuck, fucking A. Calm
I
your
mean,
shit.
he's fast.
That's what she said. And hit the intro.
That would suck.
I mean, that's not what she's. Well, I mean, yeah, like because he's like the fastest dog in the park. Nah, he's a good dog though.
I'm just hitting them where like with random shit right out the gate, right at left field park. Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I am Matt. This is
Scottsdale 87.
fucking A right. We were just talking about his little trip to and from Florida.
Yeah, I don't miss the heat in Florida at all. You know what the temperature is out here right now?
You didn't miss 275 one bit, did you?
I didn't miss 275. I didn't miss 75. I didn't miss any of it.
You didn't miss I-4?
I didn't drive I-4, so that's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like shit, like shipping.
It is
can be fucking
55
crazy
degrees
here.
out here right now.
Huh?
It is 55 degrees out here right now.
Shit, it is a briskly 82 at
Wow.
night.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. At
So the
9
fact that
o'clock
I
at
was,
night.
yeah, 9 o'clock at night while I was packing shit in the storage pods, I was sweating my ass off.
You were sweating that devil's left nut off.
I was sweating what ass I don't have off.
Hey, you don't have an ass already, so.
I know, that's what I got left. Slid right the fuck off because it melted. I'm all back, no ass. I wear a belt. With everything.
You're like what's his name from King of the Hill?
Hank. All back,
yeah.
no ass.
Yeah.
I don't have an ass.
At least
No,
you
I
don't
get
have
it.
a front. At least you don't have a front butt.
I am thankful for that.
Some people at Walmart, especially some ladies I've seen that have a front butt.
Ass so big you can see it. Wait, no, that's the front. Yeah, no, I had to go to Walmart several times for like cleaning supplies, boxes, packing tape. So that's definitely that's a thing in Florida. Like women have no shame in Florida. Like they wear anything.
My one question,
What's
from
up?
a scale of 1 to 10, how disgusting was the house?
It wasn't bad. When we picked you up for the wedding, like to drive up for the wedding, we cleaned it for like a day or two beforehand, like just making sure stuff was some of the big stuff was already packed up. And a lot of stuff was ready to go. A lot of it was just getting furniture moved and getting the spaces where furniture was clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been to, and I've helped kind of fix up some houses that were kind of unkept by older folks that weren't able to do the upkeep around the house.
I had enough time to actually paint every room in the house.
And so, thanks to them not being able to do upkeeps on the home, and these are the type of people that had pets and stuff. The house looked like it was owned by.
Like there was some of that. I'm not gonna lie, there was some of that, but it
it
wasn't
looked
bad.
like a house that was owned by hoarders.
No, it wasn't that bad. I've been in situations like that too. So I used to do a long time ago. I used to do foreclosure maintenance. So houses that are essentially at this point owned by the bank because the owners defaulted on their loans or whatever. I worked for a independent subcontracting company to where I would go out to a list of houses throughout the day and do winterizations, like Florida winterizations, pouring antifreeze in the toilets, draining the water heaters, stuff like that, making sure all the water taps are off, all the faucets are, shut off and shit. And then like cleaning out garbage, doing minor repairs and shit. I've gone into houses and seen houses that have literally not like actual feces, but all of their belongings just literally everywhere. I've walked into houses, found gun safes, guns, drug paraphernalia, RC cars, TVs, computers, Xboxes, nice luggage, dildos, like literally dildos. They were lined up on the fucking sink in the bathroom.
I would be the one to find the dildo and act like Star Wars.
No, my
bend
buddy-
over, you will.
No, my buddy JJ, God rest his soul. He had to go through the back door. The back door happened to be the back door to the master bathroom that led to the master bedroom. Nice house. It's like up in Plant City or Fruitville, I think it was. I'm not really sure. And he's like, dude, you'll never believe what I just saw in the fucking bathroom. And I was like, what? Did you find a bundle of cash? Like, what's up? And he's like, no, just go check it out. So I'm like, oh, that's not good at all. I go in the bathroom and there's like 6 dildos and like a vibrator lined up on the fucking sink and just like order of like, I don't know what they were trying to do. If it was
like by size, by girth,
by size, girth, color, I don't know how many batteries one took, but like it was a collection. Like, dude had a nice house, worked all the time. I guess that was his wife's payment.
I've seen one. This going off topic. I've seen one from a company called Dragon something, and it literally looked like a dragon's tongue. You could take a
bad dragon.
Bad dragon. Yeah, bad dragon.
Bad
like,
dragon.
Like this.
Those are fucking insane.
Dildo.
Those things are insane.
Yeah, those fucking dildos look like a pulsating arm, like a muscle man's arm.
Those things are fucking. We went to a house in Brooksville one time. It was a grow house, but it was a grow house. It was this big property, right? Big house, big property. And the house was sectioned off into different apartments, kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, living spaces. In the back, it had its own individual grow house. There were 3 different grow rooms that had apartments, a main house attachment, and there was still grow house equipment. They still had pots there with soil in them. There were no plants and shit like that. It was a drug raid, I guess, but we still had to take care of the house, so we had to like get rid of some of the trash and shit, take photos for like estimates on what it's going to cost and like how much we're going to get paid for it and shit. But I've been to grow houses. I've been to houses that are just fucking horrible, houses that have had guns, bongs, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy what people leave in houses.
It's like crazy shit that you see. Speaking about crazy shit that you see, I've heard the theory several times from this. This is going to bring back bad memories. Remember 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
Yeah. Remember that? I heard that was, from what I've heard, that's fake. They used an ice cream filler to make it look like shit, and my automatic thought was like, no wonder why McDonald's always says that their ice cream machines are always broken.
I don't know what it was. All I know is that I've literally figuratively got sick.
Yeah, it's like from what I've heard, it was
figuratively,
fake.
Literally.
It was like not. Actually, it was not real at all. From what I've heard.
I don't know, man, but I know I threw up. I was like, bleh. Nope.
It's not the first time that you've done it, though, on the podcast.
I mean, kind of.
But
I told you I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is when, what was it, Draco and Zero Limits was on.
Yeah, here. Draco and Zero. I told you I wasn't feeling good, but we did it anyway. And
edit it out.
I mean, I got through it.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So, speaking of near disasters, you, sir, happened to have mentioned a screenshot, and it's been mentioned a while back. For now.
Yeah, it is a little old.
A little old. In case you guys don't know, the Democratic governor of New Mexico tried to suspend the second or conceal carry of the Second Amendment or guns.
It just says suspension of Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms. So
yeah.
So what happened is after she had made this executive order for New Mexico, a federal judge in Albuquerque has blocked New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's effective suspension of the Second Amendment in the state. This comes after both the New Mexico Attorney General and other Democrat constitutional officers announced they'd refuse to enforce Grisham's order. it just goes to show that how out of touch a lot of these Democratic. That's not fair. A lot of politicians.
Yeah.
It shows how out of touch with their constituents that they really are. Like, yes, there's a lot of idiotic call for gun control and gun reform, but we're going to follow that, okay? That's a thing. We're going to follow it because you and me are law-abiding citizens, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Take Jersey, for instance. 10-round magazine ban for my AR back there. 10-round magazine ban for anything exceeding 10 rounds. Ban for my Glock. Ban for my SIG. My 308. Like, I can't have anything more than 10 rounds. And I think that's kind of ridiculous because 10 rounds or 30 rounds, I'm doing the same amount of damage.
Yeah.
A lot. But I'm a law-abiding citizen. None of my weapons are ever going to do that.
You're going to press their unalive button regardless, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's just that's just it.
Yeah.
But none of my weapons are for that intent. Okay? But you have the other side of the population who exactly will use their weapons for that manner. So there's a clip I just saw today of apparently a rapper, Da Baby, or Lil Baby, I don't know. He gets out of a car with an AR pistol and a shell catcher, right? Just holding it, walks up to the gas station, bullets hit the wall next to him, and then he starts firing back. Okay, now I don't know if it's really this dude, but that's the people who aren't going to abide by those laws, obviously.
Was it a music video or was it an actual CCTV type of stuff? It
was CCTV. It was surveillance camera off the freaking store. But people who have that blatant disrespect for other people's safety, using their firearms in an unsafe manner in unsafe settings, not for, I mean, it may be for self-defense, but like, why did you need it in the first place? What are you doing that causes you to need that kind of presence?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not walking outside with my AR-15 to I don't need to. My Glock is sufficient enough.
I don't know the full story of it, so I can't say anything other than the fact is that if it's gang related activity,
that's the problem.
Then it's gonna look bad. If there's furthermore to the story, please let us know, folks.
Definitely.
It's gonna make us look bad, but I think with what's the male politicians that were trying to run for president? What if he said that if he would try to do something with gun bans, like gun ban?
That O'Rourke?
Not O'Rourke. What's his name?
Vivek
Kennedy or something.
Kennedy. I don't know. I to be honest with you, I haven't really heard much on Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh, with you know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think he said it's the best. Like, if you were try to go after the Second Amendment, there is going to be a huge civil war between anti-gun people and people that are pro Second Amendment.
I think if you try to abolish anybody's amendment, whether it's the first, the second, the 22nd, the 15th, I think that there's going to be a lot of opposition regardless. Whether or not it turns into an all-out civil war is kind of, comparing apples to oranges, depending on what freedoms you're losing, I guess. But I think there's going to be a lot of discomfort if any of that were to happen.
I think, and this is just probably me being a dead horse here, but I think fathers are what missing out of the equation, especially today's day and age, because then without a father, you have kids thinking that they can do whatever that they want to, join up in gangs, doing illegal activities and all that stuff.
Yeah, like my dad wasn't around a lot of my life.
But you had a father figure.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, kinda. Not to the same extent as like other people may have.
Yeah.
But you know, I got lucky to kind of realize what not to do.
Yeah.
And what I should be doing for my kids. So, you know,
you kind of set forth the idea of what a father should be and what a father should do.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured it out.
Yeah,
well. I got lucky.
Yeah. It's like you weren't like, oh, my father didn't grow up, so bah. Yeah, like you didn't have my father
dad
growing up, so bah.
I'm a sad boy.
You know, if you nut in a lady and don't take full responsibility of your own actions, then fuck you.
And own up to your shit, really.
Yeah. That's how.
Like, just be a good person, have a decent job, pay your taxes, get along with people.
That's how you prevent gang activity shit, is that if you to go outside with your kid and play catch with them or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Timmy is back to walking fully now, so here in a couple weeks we're going hiking.
People won't. I don't think people don't and will know about.
Well, I'm telling. Yep. Okay. So my son injured his leg several months ago, and he's just now getting back to being able to walk and be active on it again. So we're gonna be going hiking here in a few weeks.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's that.
It's been a while.
That fatherly son type of activity, you know. I just think it's for when people, especially for people like Grisham, the New Mexico governor. I think that people should look at activities such as like what the government has done, so like not only just Fast and Furious, but gangs will always illegally try to gain stuff that's illegal and try to cause bodily harm to get their mission or whatever that it is done. They don't care.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's I think I don't know. There's just too much going on. This world's not safe anymore. It's crazy.
Although there are some hilarious memes out there, especially with the trans being folded like a chair.
There's been a lot of talk about the fall of the Roman Empire. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
How, like, ask your husband if he's been thinking about the fall of the Roman Empire lately. And he's like, yeah, actually, yeah. It's kind of weird.
No, I think it's kind of interesting to bring back into history like that, because history.
Oh, no, I didn't say it wasn't interesting. I said it was weird. That's what makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's weird because
history does repeat itself. Well, history does repeat itself.
Yeah.
So we have, we're getting close to the end of our run here with the amendments. We're not going to have anything to talk about soon.
Well,
Should be staring at you through the camera like...
Yeah, you kind of do anyways. We always kind of like to enjoy to educate people as best to our ability, because if I dare anyone to go out and ask any teenager or like kid like 20 years old, what's the Fourth Amendment? What's the Fifth Amendment? What is the Fourth Amendment, Scott Steele?
See, that's the thing. I don't even know. We've covered it, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. So,
illegal search and seizures.
An illegal seizure
from law enforcement.
I mean, if they tase you, you might go into a seizure.
And then the Fifth Amendment is that you have a right to
remain silent.
Yes.
I do know that one. I know the first, the second, and the fifth. Those are usually the only ones that I'm concerned with. No, sir, I have the First Amendment, and I back it up with the Second, and now I choose to invoke the Fifth.
What's the 13th?
I've already invoked the Fifth.
See, you're utilizing your Constitution pretty well. I'm proud of you.
Exactly. I was defending my right to freedom of speech with my Second Amendment. Now I'm pleading the Fifth.
God, you sound...
That kind of reminds me of the skit that me and somebody came up with the other day. I'm not going to put it out there for everybody else, but I'll tell you after this. But that kind of reminds me.
We should start a Patreon.
I mean, I don't know yet.
One quick thing. One little interesting fact. Do you know that OnlyFans was meant to be built as a kind of like a replica to Patreon? And then it went the route that it went?
Because it gets a lot of money from chicks taking their clothes off. Like, that's OnlyFans.
Some do, some don't. I will say that some people are like modest about it.
You've been on OnlyFans, haven't you?
What?
You've been on OnlyFans, haven't you?
I tried it, but it's like once I realize what they're producing, I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's like I don't pay for that. Go get it on your own, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Like, I mean,
why? Here's my thing. Why not just go watch Corn Tub? It's free. You have to pay $5.
Google.
Oh, what?
Google. Just Google. Google what you want. You Google what you want to see, then you can find it for free. There you go.
No.
Just make sure you have the safe search settings off.
Incognito mode Google, because then.
Well, no. I mean, it's not completely hidden.
I was going to head
your
away.
IP service provider, your ISP can still see it, so you might as well just do it out in the open anyway.
That means, wait, can the government see my dick?
They know what you're looking. Well, no.
Because I got a couple of pictures that I need to.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to know any of that. I'm just saying.
You got to delete some pictures there, sir.
Mine are already in the cloud. I don't care. They're already up there. If you need it that bad, you can have it. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? I'm not.
We'll never know.
No, I'm not.
All right, so for the 22nd Amendment.
All right, 22nd Amendment, Section 1. I gotta get my breath for this one. No person shall be elected to the office of...
Please, sir.
I was getting into my cadence and you just...
Shot right on it.
Swear to shit.
Thank you. So you can share with the class.
22nd Amendment, Section 1. No person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice, and no person who has held the office of President, or acted as President for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected President shall be elected to the office of President more than once. That's a jumble. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of President when this article was proposed by the Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of President or acting as President during the term within which this article becomes operative from holding the office of President or acting as President during the remainder of such term.
Section 2. The article shall be
inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislatures of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission to the states by the Congress. That made more sense.
Yes. What is your thoughts and interpretation?
So my thoughts are kind of mangled right now, and my interpretation is that they really like the word president. No. I get it. So
can you close it out, please?
Yeah. Like I said, I get it. And where's the doohickey? There we go.
There, I get to see that beautiful face.
Don't lie to me.
Fine, fuck you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, no person shall be elected to the office of more than twice. That's it. No person has held the office of president or acting. So that doesn't necessarily make any sense. Say our current president kicks the bucket tomorrow. Okay? And then Kamala Harris becomes president.
Did you say Kamala Harris?
Kamala.
Oh.
Because of her.
Yeah.
Sounds like a motorcycle trying to start, like the electric starter kicked out of it, and it's just let's say she becomes president overnight, right? Because she's the vice president. Based on what this says, no person who has held the office of president or acted as president, i.e. the vice president in time of need, for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of the president more than once. Which means that, if I'm correct, even if she's elected for half a term, she can only get elected once more for a full term if it turns out she does pretty well. Hard to see that, but that's how that would go. Which means that she wouldn't be able to get 8 years and then 2 more because she acted as president for the remainder of President Biden's term. So that makes a lot of sense. They word it very strange, so it takes some kind of like jumbling around a little bit to get it right. But it makes a lot of sense. It makes sure that nobody gets an unfair term limit.
Yeah, I've been hearing it said a lot lately. I think that a lot of people think that the reason why President Biden won the whole entire presidency was that if something happens to him, then Kamala Harris would be Madam President.
I mean, there's several factors that would play into that. I don't necessarily see them happening this run. So what I mean by that is, let's say President Biden actually does pull off his 4 years, okay? Let's say for whatever happens, he wins the presidency again for his second term. Let's say a year into that term, he croaks. Or he's mentally unfit at that point, given his age and deterioration of brain functionality. Due to his age. I'm not saying that he has Alzheimer's or anything like that, but shit happens, That's 5-6 years from now.
It's life.
That's 4 or 5 years from now. That's life. It happens, especially in elderly people. That's just how the circle of life works. Then maybe his vice president would become president. That's the only way. If Kamala Harris is his vice president for his second term, that's the only way that would happen.
And here's a question. Who do you see that has what Congress do you see, what candidate do you see that has the greatest chance of becoming a president outside of Biden, getting rid of Biden? And not the one do you think that's best, is like, who do you see that has the best chance?
Michelle Obama.
But she's not in the running, is she?
Well, so now this is what I'm going to go with. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a Democrat. Okay, I don't believe in Democratic policies. Some of them I'm okay with because I can understand where you're coming from, and at the same time, I have a larger conservative side of me that sees a lot of things differently. So I choose not to basically say I'm conservative Republican. I'm just not a Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in my Constitution. I'll put it that way. I've been hearing a lot of talk that, and this is completely speculation through, various news sources. Some of them probably right-wing, but, I like to dabble in different ones. That President Biden, during his second half of this term, may become unfit. And Michelle Obama may put her name into the presidential race listings. If that happens, I will. I'm not going to vote for her. I have my own opinions, and that's my thing. But given her popularity, I do see that as I'm trying to word this as to make it fair. It would be an opposition for whatever Republican GOP candidate gets the nomination for president.
So here's the thing. What's scary is that she's popular for two reasons. What's possibly swinging in between her legs, and the fact that she was married to Obama. But what's really scary is that people are looking past that she's actually visited the Epstein Island.
I will...
Same thing with Beyonce. Same thing with these megastars.
Kamala Harris has been there. Well, she hasn't been there, but I have seen a picture of her, like Epstein's arms around her. They're both smiling for a photo op. I've seen that. In the case of Michelle Obama, let's say that everything that is swirling around as a conspiracy theory against her is false. Yeah. Let's say she's actually a decent fucking person, okay? Like, yeah, she's Obama's wife, but let's say she's a decent fucking person. There was a few programs that she pushed that did help schools. Yeah. And school lunch programs. I can't deny her that. I'm being bipartisan on this as best as I can be. Mm-hmm. However, a lot of liberal democratic policies are getting kind of out of hand. And it's not that I'm against progressives or anything, but the people who are representing them are fucking communists.
See, I would need to know more about her
standpoint.
policies in order to go based upon, instead of just going based upon one thing. Like, it's great. Mm-hmm. Healthy school lunches is a great thing for the kids.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm all about that.
But I would have to look more into her policies.
If she was a running candidate, definitely.
Because here's the thing, too. Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's the thing, too.
Absolutely fine.
There are actually some Democrats that believe in 2A. I said it before. There are some Democrats that do believe in 2A, but they're more California compliant. I've looked at some videos to where Democrats would actually go to the gun range, but they would have more California compliant guns, weaponry, and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I don't know where her policies lie.
I seen the craziest California compliance gun. It was an AR. You can't take the magazine out of it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You can only put one in the chamber at a time, and you have to do it through the dust cover. So, like, you pull the dust cover open, you pull the bolt back, you insert the round, you release the bolt, and then you fire it. You eject the shell with the bolt release. You put the next round in, you let the release go, take your shot, pull it back again. So it's basically a bolt action AR-15.
But what happens if you try to take the gun, the AR apart? Would the bolt then illegal. Slide forward and lock?
It becomes illegal.
What?
It becomes illegal.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It becomes illegal at that point.
But if you're just trying to clean it and then all of a sudden pop a few bullets inside of there.
I think that it's still stuck to the lower. there's no way to access the magazine release catch. Like, the piece goes over it and it blocks it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's a metal piece, so it doesn't move. And it doesn't touch the button.
Mm-hmm.
But it sits right above it. And it's a hard metal, and you can't press the release. So the release can't open. So it's stuck. I mean, I wonder what I see what you're talking about now. When you release the back pin, and it clamshell is open from the bottom and the upper, you could probably load into the magazine that way. I believe you would be breaking compliance articles, but you'd still have to pull the catch back every time.
That makes me wonder what would be the purpose of the built-in magazine if you can't.
I haven't done much looking into it. It was a reel that came through on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I'm not 100% sure on it, but it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You best believe when I start building fucking rifles and shit, I ain't putting no
hell
magazine catch on it like
even
that.
Californians in California believe some stuff that in California is dumb.
I mean, California is starting to turn into Ohio. It's a myth. Like what I remember California growing up, like what I remember hearing California was like, that's a myth.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the videos where all the shops are closed up and shit?
Yeah. But you know what one company will never close down and is never a myth? You know what company that is?
Fucking Article 1776. True story. Google that shit.
Fucking A right. I want to say thank y'all so much for watching, listening, and just cackling around with this old fucks.
I thought you said this old fuck for a second. I was like, yo. I mean, yeah, you're right.
these old fucks. But yeah, my name is Matt. You can find the link description below for all my socials. You can go to Twitch, Instagram, whatever, even the company Instagram stuff. Scottsdale, do you have your socials and everything? Tell them your stuff, please.
Scottsdale87 on Twitch and Twitter. But if you're on Instagram, Scottsdale_87. Because for some reason I can't use Scottsdale87.
And after all this time, do you have a dad joke for the...
I don't, man. I really don't. I can look one up real quick. Alright, let's look one up real quick.
I'm gonna have to edit this out. No, I'm just kidding.
Bad.
Maybe I should change up the ending.
We're just gonna pick a random one. Okay. What computer is a singer?
Adele.
Hey, you got one.
Yes.
That was actually pretty easy, though.
Thank y'all so much for
really
watching and listening. We love you guys, and have a great day.
Later, masturbators.